Alright, so I had said that there was buried treasure underneath all of these plastic Callistra trays here. And this is what was on top for many months. Buried underneath was this beautiful map that I haven't seen in a while. I knew it was here, obviously, but I haven't feasted my eyes on it in quite a while. And this thing is huge. It is. We're on a tape measure. The map itself, not as big as the table, but the map itself is running about 52 inches in width and about 6 feet in length. So, very nice sized map. I was gifted a file from Mr. Shayne Logan himself a few years back for the Airborne module, and blew this up at work and pieced it together. This is 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper pieced together. Thanks again to Shayne for that. And yeah, so what I've got set up is from the Airborne module. This is the big drop, and also, as mentioned, try and do something different. This is something different here. Old School Tactical Volume 2. Let's see. Brief run through on this. For those of you not familiar, I'm not sure who that would be, but it says hours before the beach landings on D-Day, thousands of paratroopers were dropped into occupied France in the dead of the night. One of the primary objectives of the 82nd Airborne Division was the capture of Saint-Mary-Glisse. The German garrison was initially caught by off guard. I think he means caught off guard. But the surprise didn't last. This will be 7 turns. Uses the entire map. Let's see. No off-board assets. Special rules. This is a night scenario, so there's a maximum spotting and attack range of 4 hexes. Control hexes are German at scenario start, and we do have anything that is a German die, so here, etc., are control hexes, objectives that need to be taken by the paratroopers. Airborne units deploy using paradrop rules. I had already done that, so there won't be no on-camera paradrops. 3 different sections. I'm forced via the rules to drop east of the BB line, which is here. So a mass of them were dropped here, and then we have some dropped right in the center, pretty much in the center of the needed objectives, and then we got some down here that will force that way. So heading that way, and then fanning out in the center. What else do we have? This scenario is linked. It's another interesting thing. So the casualties will carry over to D-Day Dawn, which is scenario A4, and that'll be the second part of the big drop. As far as the big drop scenario forces, we've got basically garrison troops for the Germans. We've got 4 rifle squads, 2 second line squads, heavy machine gun, 1 lieutenant, 1 light machine gun, and 2 grenade bundles. Then we have 2 patrols. Let's see. One set up far right, there's a patrol, and I believe right there's a patrol. So those were set up randomly. And then for the Americans, we've got 22 airborne squads, 2 medium machine guns, 2 captains, 2 lieutenants, 3 sergeants, 3 Browning automatic rifles, 5 bazookas, 1 satchel charge, and 1 60mm mortar. Gut check, or morale check, if you want to call it that, for the Germans is 8, with 3d6 impulse points, and then the gut check for the Airborne Forces, 82nd Airborne Division, is 6. Gut check is 6, with 5 impulse points, 5 dice 6. Not sure if I'll be going in depth into how the game works. There's plenty of videos you can watch to figure that out. This should be just a straight playthrough. Another thing you might notice, I don't know how you couldn't, is the little handy stands that I found to stand these guys up kind of horizontal, or vertical I should say. And because the way the information on the counter is, I can afford to do that, as they won't obscure information on the bottom of the counter. You can see that there. So, what are these from? There's a couple of sources you can get these from. Old games, namely a Kit Bash all the time. These in particular are from the Platoon, Avalon Hill Platoon game. It came with a whole bevy of black strips that look like this. You break them apart, and that's what those are for. Or you can grab some, and there's a lot more of them. And I know for a fact in here, because I have it, Red Storm Rising, long green strips of green ones, same size, but they're green. And I would assume Hunt for Red October has the same deals. And there's probably other games I'm unaware of that have these as well, but I thought, that's something a little bit different. Shows up perhaps a little bit better on camera as far as what's going on and where things are. The Christmas lights along here can't be helped. I've got a whole Christmas light problem in this place. I've got the living room and some in here. There's Christmas lights everywhere. So the plexiglass, which is laid down over the map, is going to have some reflection. We'll try and narrow that down as much as possible. Don't know that I'll be doing this live, as I am very rusty on this game. So there will be too many pauses and etc. To do it live, I think. But the benefit of not doing it live is I can do multiple cameras and multiple camera angles. So here's a little close-up angle with a down and dirty view of what's going on. So as things happen, we can move the camera around, and we'll see how that works. So that's pretty much it. I hope to get into this tomorrow. Got kind of a splitting headache today, so it didn't happen. But hoping to get into this tomorrow. If not, we'll see. But that's what's on tap, and no guarantees. All right, so don't be surprised if the next thing you see is not this. But this is what I have set up. This is what I plan on doing, and I've torn down the Callistra hex terrain to get at this thing. So dusted it off. We'll see what happens. All right, that's it. Any questions, comments, etc., let me know, and I'll respond. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.